Hey guys, it's Cece and happy Friday. It's about noon 30 and I'm sorry I'm coming on late. I guess no big deal, but it was a crazy morning. So today I'm going to show you how to do some glass etching with etching cream, and it's super easy if you haven't done it before. It's a super fun process and it's easy. I mean, it's just like easy. It can be a little messy, but shouldn't be too messy. So basically what I like to use this for, this etching cream on glass, specifically old outdated like table inserts, you know, the end tables and coffee tables that have that glass insert on top, which to me is like super 90s looking, and I haven't come across one yet that didn't look dated. So I like to, instead of pinching them, I like to etch the glass, designs on the glass or stripes on the glass, whatever, kind of whatever I really want to on the glass, and it gives it a much more modern look. So you can also do this on mirror, because mirror's made of glass. I don't do so many mirrors, but you can. So same process, just on the front of the mirror. So I have got this old end table glass, just your typical end table glass, and I'm going to be using, I was going to cut a custom stencil on my Cricut for this, and then I was like, I don't really have time, so I'm just going to use a large stencil from Redesign with Prima, and you can just wash it off when you're done and reuse it, but I'm going to be using this one. Or you could just do a little small stencil, or you can use tape and make stripes. I've done that before too. So I am going to use a little bit of spray adhesive to get the stencil to stick on my glass. You don't want it shifting around and moving around. You really want it to stick on the glass. So I'm going to spray the back of my stencil real quick. Hey guys! I'm going to spray the back of my stencil real quick, and I'm in my kitchen. Probably not a great idea, but I'm a little crazy. I don't suggest spraying adhesive in your kitchen, but I'm going to anyways. You know, why not? YOLO, right? And so I just use Elmer's spray adhesive because it's sticky and it doesn't typically leave a residue. So I'd be surprised if it did this time. And even if it did, you could just wipe it off after you're done etching the glass. So I'm going to center this as best I can onto my piece of glass. Let's see, that looks about good. Yeah, that's good. Whoops, I just moved it. Okay. Let me get this centered on here. I might have not sprayed enough spray adhesive, but that's okay. This is for demonstration, to show you how easy it is to etch glass or a mirror. Okay, so, hello bestie. I'm etching some glass. I've got my glass insert from an end table and a large stencil. I've sprayed the back of my stencil with spray adhesive, and I'm sticking it to my glass. So now I'm gonna get an old brush and my armor etch. So this is glass etching cream, which as you can see I got at Hobby Lobby, and I think you can get it at Michael's and Joann's as well. There's also different brands, but I always use the armor etch. It's the only kind I've purchased. So it's actually a cream, and we're just going to start painting it on our stencil like we would paint or anything else we're stenciling. Kind of has a mayonnaise-y smell, I'm not going to lie. It smells like mayonnaise, and it looks a little bit like mayonnaise. But don't try this with mayonnaise because it's not going to work. Spoiler alert. It won't work with mayonnaise. So I'm just brushing it on my stencil, and I'm kind of just pouncing it into these openings in my stencil, mostly because this stencil has been used and abused and seen many better days. So I kind of got to pounce it to get it in there a little better. So I'm just going to go over the whole area that I want to etch. And I think it says wait about 15 minutes. Yeah, so once we get this on here, we let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then we just rinse it off with water. So I'm going to cover this so it can start setting. And I actually have another one over here that I've been I can't even talk. I have another one over here that I've let set for about 15 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like after we rinse it off with water. There's other ways to etch glass, such as, well, you can do like etched glass vinyl, so it's not actually etched, it's just a look, you know, it looks etched and you stick it on. But I feel like that doesn't look as good as this. This actually etches the glass, so it's not going anywhere. It's really cool. So you can use it on glass and mirror. I don't know. It says will not etch plastic or some Pyrex. So I'm not really sure. I wonder if it would etch metal. That I don't know about. But that would be cool if they had metal etching. I'm sure they do, metal etching liquid. But I don't deal with a whole lot of metal in furniture as far as, you know, refinishing the metal. So I do deal with a lot of glass. Let me know if you have any questions. Right now I'm just painting on my glass etching cream on the glass end table insert. Trying to give it a little update. And I got spray adhesive on the back of my glass to hold it in place. And my etching cream, which I'm just kind of pouncing in the little holes. I don't think that you need to do a super thick coat. I tend to be a little heavy-handed with stuff, paint and things like that, but I don't think that you need to be heavy-handed with this stuff. I think you can just kind of brush it on fairly thin and it'll do its thing. Okay, so almost done, and we shall rinse off the one I've already got done and check that out so you can see how cool it is. Well, hopefully it turned out cool. These stencils have seen better days. That's why I decided to use these, because I got new ones, so I'm just going to pitch these after I'm done. All right. I think we got most of it. And you can do this on like vanity mirrors, or, you know, sometimes those china hutches have old mirrors in the background that look really old and dated. And then I did like a curio once that had glass all around it. You know, the doors had glass in it. And so I did some stripes and some stenciling on the curio, which really, it gave it just a whole nother dimension of coolness. Okay, so now that we've got our etching cream all over, we're going to go ahead and rinse off the one I've had setting here. Nope, any stencil will work. I mean, probably a paper stencil would not really do it, but I mean, I don't really know many people that use paper stencils besides preschoolers, so any regular old stencil like that you get at the craft store or Primo ones or whatever. Okay, so this is the one that I've had setting. It's been setting for probably 20 minutes or so. So according to the instructions, you only have to let it set for about 15. So we're gonna take it over to the sink and rinse it off. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the stencil first. So I'm just gonna pull the stencil off carefully so I don't smudge too much. And so there's my design. I'll hold it up so you can, so there's my design with the cream. Now I'm gonna just rinse it off with water. So you don't need to use soap or cleaner or anything. Just rinse it off with water, which I'm gonna try to do without getting it all over my kitchen. Nothing is safe in my house. The whole house is a workshop, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm just gonna rinse off my liquid, or my etching cream. I don't know if you guys can see that, but where I'm rinsing it off, you can see the etched, what's left over etched. It's so cool. So I just got my water slightly warm. It kind of helps get that cream off there a little bit. I'm going to flip it to this side. All right, I think I got it pretty much wiped off. All right, now I'm gonna just dry it off with a dry towel. And I'll show you up close my etched. Where can I put this? I'll put it right here to dry it. Okay, so here is my etched glass. And now it's ready to go. Probably could have wiped it off a little bit better. You can see the streaks from my wet towel, but isn't that cool? And now I can put that in a coffee table or end table or whatever, and etch glass. It's cool, right? Look at it through the light. Neat. And how long did that take us? I mean, I think the whole process takes maybe 20 minutes, depending on how big your piece of glass is, but that is just a super cool way to update old coffee tables or end tables or you know, glass doors or whatever. So I hope that you try it and let me know how it turns out. I'd love to see it. Thank you for tuning in today. Go get you some glass etching cream. Have a good weekend.